everyone, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. And before you hear me out further, I want you to take a minute, listen to me carefully, and deeply ponder over the words of Saint John Paul II, who has defined what is love. So, what is love? So he says, a person's rightful duty is to be treated as an object of love and not as an object of use. Okay? A person's rightful duty is to be treated as an object of love and not as an object of use. So to put it in simple words, what is the meaning of love? Love implies, or love means simply desiring the good of the other. So, for example, if you are in a relationship, imagine you are in a relationship and you apply this definition, desiring the good of the other in your relationship. And very good, very simple, very easy. You will not have sorrows, you will not have grief, you will not be crying and wailing. And doesn't it sound simple? Unfortunately, the answer is not so. Okay? Because our body and our souls, an amalgamation of the two, okay, we are, we at this present generation, we are constantly using our intellect, and we are using our will in doing what is best, in doing what is good for ourselves, okay. And we are seeking comfort, we're chasing comfort, we are chasing pleasure. There's no harm in doing so, but what is happening is, when we are seeking this, our natures are being trained, okay. We are ultimately kind of being trained to be individuals who are very self-centered, who are very oriented towards a goal, which is the self, which is me, myself, and I. So therefore, now if we as individuals are being trained in this manner, and here Saint John Paul II comes with the definition of love, which says desiring the good of the other. Now, how do I understand? Where we are so much guided with me, myself, I, what's best for me, what's perfect for me, and we are running in this particular way, chasing this path, so, or heading in this direction. So how do I apply this definition, which says desiring the best for the other? And that is why I am here. I'm going to list out around about 7 points, for which I've listed it down here. Take a moment to really introspect yourself and try to understand, as I say these 7 points, to introspect and understand in which boat you are sailing, whether of love or of use, whether you are really loving someone else, or whether you are using someone else, or whether you are allowing yourselves to be used by the other, okay. And what is the opposite of love? It is use. So what are these points? I'm going to read it out and listen to me carefully. And the answer is very personal. Keep it to yourself, and with a yes or a no. And when you really introspect, you know the answer and you know where you are heading. Like, number 1, do you stay in impure relationships because you are afraid of being alone? Number 2, do you read materials that have a distorted approach to love and sexuality? Number 3, do you rush into relationships or always say a yes when someone asks you out? Okay, do you always say a yes? Number 4, have you done any sexual acts or compromised your dignity to make a guy interested in you and stay in such unhealthy relationships because you are afraid of being alone? Number 5, do you flirt with guys when you have no intention of dating them, okay, or you flirted with a guy while you were dating someone else? So you're already in a relationship and you're flirting around with someone else. Ponder over it. Number 6, do you dress immodestly or dance in a way that invites guys to lust after you? Number 7, do you always consent to doing what is wrong because you are too afraid to say a no? Okay. So whether you really exercise your no muscle or whether you're always saying a yes. So really take these 7 points to your heart, ponder over it. the answers in front of you, and change is inevitable, and it's possible. I am a living witness to it. And especially the teachings of theology of the body, when I encountered it in my life, it changed my life. Why? Because the theology of the body, okay, teaches us that these feelings are normal. I have feelings, I am human, these are given to me by God, and it is in God's plan, made for us. And we as humans, we are made in the image and likeness of God. And who is God? He's a communion of persons. So therefore, if we are made in the image and likeness of God, and God is a communion of persons, we too desire communion, whether it is in the form of friendships, whether it is in marriage, or whether consecrated life. Now, these different states of life, whether friendship, marriage, consecrated, is enabling us to make a gift of ourselves without expecting anything in return. Okay, we're making a gift of ourselves without expecting anything in return. And what is love? Love is desiring what is good for the other. Because of sin, now don't, if you feel discouraged, you don't have to, you need to take this to your heart and listen carefully. Because of sin, okay, these desires gets twisted and they become different from what our Creator had envisioned for us, okay, what he really, these desires were for. Therefore, do not lose hope, do not be discouraged, because I say it again, I am a living witness to the fact that, through TOB, I have learned that it is possible to channelize these desires and live it according to the plan of God. And he will, by God's mercy, and I totally believe, but through God's mercy, I received the grace to twist my untwisted desires, and now I am living my life according to the desires of my Creator, which is, beautiful, amazing, which gives you that peace, which gives you that freedom, which nothing else in the world will satisfy. So you really take a moment to introspect yourself, and do not lose hope, do not be discouraged. Change is possible. I am a living witness to it, and by God's mercy, everything is possible. Okay, you are beautiful, you are loved, and you are enough. Thank you.